welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 62, the big Decal giveaway. In this week's episode, we've been doing a bit of Overwatching. JfG Ash continues to edit the truth. JfG Alex has been building some decks. This week's quiz gets a bit chilly. And finally, yes, the topic of porn is once again brought up. We're sorry. So sit back, relax, and hey, check out the competition at the end. Firstly, buddy, I need to apologise for how excited I was last week on the intro. I don't know what I was thinking.
You were giving it the beans there, and I was unimpressed by how hard you were trying, to be honest. It doesn't really suit you, if I'm honest.
I don't know what, it just came out of me. I was just so excited about Overwatch, I guess. You know.
Well, that can happen, buddy.
Yeah. But anyway.
I've been saying the same thing on the intro for the last 61 episodes, and I've been thinking about changing it up, but I've drawn a bit of a blank, so I'm not going to.
That's fine. Just stick with it, buddy. It works. You know, I don't like change.
Hello, and welcome to the Just for Gamers podcast. This is episode 62. My name is Alex, and I'm joined, as ever, by my very good friend, Ash. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Hey, buddy. I am good, as that is what I always say.
Regardless of whether you are or not. And that's the way it works, buddy. When I ask someone how they are, that's what I want to hear. I don't actually care how they are.
Yeah, to be honest, buddy, haven't had a great day. Feel a bit shitty. But you know, who cares about that? People listen, obviously, because they want to have a good time.
Well, the bottom line, buddy, is that regardless of your shitty day, the video games haven't been shitty at all. And they are here for you.
It's been a great week. I feel like we're in some sort of video game haven right now.
But like the holiday park haven.
Yes, like a Butlins, but full of video games. And the joy is spreading everywhere, buddy. It's a warm summer's day. I've got my sandals and socks on. Nothing else.
I was thinking earlier, actually, Uncharted, Doom, and Overwatch. I think they might be like three of the best games I've played in like 10 years or something, and they've all come out within a fortnight of each other. Exactly,
and it makes, I don't know, like I'm thinking about like previous years around this time, like what kind of games are coming out, and I'm struggling to find 3 games coming out within a couple of weeks this time of year that have just absolutely blown everything out of the water, and it's just it's fucking brilliant, buddy. I'm loving it.
Because normally it dries up around E3, if anything, and then we head into Dead Island syndrome shortly after, before we get into the autumn.
That's the point. We're going to have to get our predictions on that soon.
We are. Yeah, it needs to happen.
So anyway, buddy, I'm going to throw it out there. What you been up to this week?
Not a lot, buddy. We had the old 3-day weekend. I think everyone did, as in internationally, a lot of people did, because it was the Memorial Day weekend in the States. Over here, we had a bank holiday. And yeah, but the weather's been atrocious, to be honest. So
pretty bad.
I've just been staying in. Had the missus over. She stayed basically the whole weekend. We did some cooking and watched some Gilmore Girls, buddy. You know I like the old Gilmore Girls.
You're a huge fan. Are you excited about the new episodes coming to? I think it's Netflix, is it?
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed, if I'm honest, because it's been a while and I don't know.
Just
but then
like Stain said, buddy.
The way it's true.
That happened in our lives.
I think normally you'd be really concerned. If you really liked a show, you'd be really concerned. But to be honest, the end of Gilmore Girls, they like sacked the creator and then and the final episode was a complete shit show and in no way satisfying. So actually, yeah, I'm pretty Pretty excited for it. I don't care who knows it. I really like Gilmore Girls. Sorry, buddies, but that's just the case. But yeah, the missus has never seen it before, so we've been working our way through. We're on the middle of season 3 now, and Rory's about to go off to college, so, exciting times. Paris is being a problem, but she always is. So.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But yeah, other than that, buddy, watching sport, all the playoffs and stuff, enjoyed old AFC Wimbledon, getting promoted into the division of the MK Dons. If you're a football fan, you know what that means. Enjoyed the Monaco Grand Prix as well. That was good fun. Nice street circuit, terrifying. Probably chuck some rain at it. That'd be a good idea.
That's the best shout for tight courses, Yep. Lots of wetness.
Lots of wetness. And as we all know, buddy,
wetness
water is the essence of wetness.
Oh, and I thought it was the essence of beauty or something.
No, wetness is the essence of beauty.
There you go. I knew it.
Can happen. But yeah, that's me, buddy. Not a lot, to be honest. Haven't got any money. Spent it all on my holiday. So what about you? What have you been up to?
Obviously, like you say, bank holiday. 3 days off work, even though that's only an extra day. But that day was spent going ape again, buddy.
Oh, shit. You've been in the trees all about the place.
Up in them trees, yo. Like the monkeys. It was Milo's birthday on Monday, so treated him to a bit of Go Ape, and it was loads of fun. We played tag on Go Ape, which was...
Wow, what? Attached to lines?
Yeah, so you're attached to lines. Everyone else is being like really careful and like, ooh. We're like, yeah, let's see how fast we can go about it. And like, he's in front, so I'm like, tag, you're it. So we fucking just belts it across this thing. I'm like, I'm gonna get you. And then obviously he fell off, and it was funny. It was good though.
He's gonna be like a skydiver or something. He's fearless, that boy.
Yeah, he does not give one shit, buddy. But the thing that annoys me about this is, like, everyone's on this set line. There's like one route there's two different routes. Like, you start off on a nice easy one, then there's like the challenging one where you haven't got anything to hold on to, but you can just hold on to like your harness and you're fine. That's where you can get your balance. And there's like, I know it's for kids, but like they're like, oh my god, if I was the parents of those kids, I'd be like, fucking sort it out. Come on. You're not going to fall off. I would push them off to show them that they're not going to die. So they get that thing straight out of their mind. They're like, oh, okay, if I fall over, I'm okay. And they're like, you end up like in just a massive queue waiting for it. And you're only up there for like an hour. So like half your time could be spent just waiting for people. And
little pussies, the lot of them, buddy. I totally prescribe to the same thing. I was taught to swim by an elderly battle axe of a woman pushing me into a pool. Shortly afterwards, I was resuscitated, but then I knew how to swim. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, buddy. It's always the way to do it, just fucking balls deep all the way.
All the way.
Holding back. Also, for Milo's birthday, we got some Lego Dimension. Dementia. Well, I've forgotten what it's called now. It's been so long. I've just called it so many things over the years. We had all intention of playing this on like Monday. Like, we got back at like 2:30. I was like, yeah, let's play like 3 hours of like Lego before, we inevitably go to the pub because it's our 6-year-old's birthday. That's what you do for 6-year-olds' birthdays. You go to the pub.
In the north, you do, yeah. It's time for their first pint of Guinness at 6, is it not?
Definitely, buddy, it is. Ended up spending like the next hour and a half building Lego and booting up the game for 10 minutes. So I have barely touched that game, unfortunately. But from what I've seen, it's very funny and I'm very much excited about it. And I think we might have to do some share play, buddy, on that one.
I'm up for that, buddy. I take it it's got no form of actual genuine online.
Not that I know of. They never do, buddy. No, but we can share play it for...
Not that I was going to go out and buy it myself.
Well, you might buy it, buddy. It looks like a really good game.
Well, you know me, so it can happen, but yeah, no.
But what I really like about it seems to have like kickstarted his like Lego making skills and actually following like the instructions. Whereas before you just put like blocks together and be like, yes, a car. I'm like, that's just a block of 5 blocks with maybe
you
like
twat.
a wheel attached to it. You fucking retard. And but no,
just
because
smash it on a table in front of him.
yeah, this is not up to
this?
standards. This is not following like the procedure and plans that we laid out. Come on, do it again. Yeah. But, so what I like about this game, like the instructions are in the game itself. So like they pop up on the screen. So it's like, oh, it's on the telly. I'll pay attention to that. I'm like, that's fine. So like you can build your cars, and then from what I believe, you collect upgrade points or something, and then you can upgrade your like car in the game, and it shows you how to build it in a different way. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
That's
like that.
really good.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think happens anyway. We will find out when we actually play the game.
I really like that.
Yeah,
That's
it's cool. It gives it like, a new bit of life, and I think you can change between, like, each car can have 3 forms kind of thing, which is, that's more for your money. Like, he's got loads of add-ons as well now. I can't remember, did I tell everyone about how we got multiple presents of the same one at his birthday party a while ago? And
I remember you saying that most of the presents you got were toilet, but no, I don't think you mentioned that you got duplicates of stuff.
Yeah, so you get duplicate toys, if that's how you say it. And we managed to take them back to like Toys R Us and get like £30 in credit, which was ace. And they had like a 3 for 2 on like the fun packs, which is like a character and a character and a vehicle in the thing. So he's got like a couple of Ninjagos. He's got like that weird kitten Unikitty out of the Lego movie, which is quite funny because like, it's all sweet and then it goes mental. I was like, yeah, I'll allow that. He can have that. And then he got Bart Simpson and Benny the spaceman as well. So it's with that, and also Gandalf, Batman, and Wildstar as well. He's got a nice little collection already. So yeah, it's good, buddy. And I'm looking forward to playing some Lego Dimensions.
Nice, man.
Apart from that, buddy, I've just been playing a lot of games. It's a lot more fuller this week, what we've been playing, than the previous week, I must say.
Certainly is. It really is.
So unless you've got anything else to say, buddy, should we get tucked in?
Indeed, buddy. Let's go and talk about what we've been playing.
Sweet.
So I think this is a case of we've played exactly the same stuff, except you've got a couple of additions and I've got one. So
let's get them out of the way first, then. I reckon.
Yes.
So yeah, Lego Dimension. I've been playing that. Just spoke about that, so I'm not going to say anything about it. It looks cool, and I can't wait. I have finally started playing Tropico 5, buddy, the PS Plus game for last month, and or one of the PS Plus games from the PS4. And yeah, it's exactly what I expect it to be. Quite smooth, poppy textures. I'm guessing pretty much everyone knows what Tropico 5 is about. You make a city in a way, not to the depths of like SimCity. You build the roads, but you don't have to go into like water and things like that. Not that I found anyway. And it's all about import and export of like crops and or animals and things like that. Seems okay. I like the style of it. It's it's a bit different, but I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go back to it much. It just hasn't grabbed me.
I was about to say exactly that. Like, it hasn't grabbed me at all. I still haven't loaded it. Is this your first Tropico?
No. I got Tropico 3, I think, on Steam. I might have played Tropico 4 as well. I can't remember. So, like, I kind of knew what to expect from it anyway. But yeah, there was some issues with textures popping in and stuff. But I'm like, nah. It really shouldn't be doing it on this console, but it does.
Yeah, not the best.
Shame. No, not the best. But hey, I'm going through some of the scenarios. But yeah, it's okay. It's not bad for free. I think it's going to be a game that I might play in the classic summer drought, buddy. When I'm like, I've finished all like the single player campaigns, and I just want to waste a bit of time, building a little city.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. I've been kind of stockpiling that sort of game as well because it's gonna happen, isn't it? We're gonna get to the stage where we do get a bit sick of everything, and we're gonna need some stuff to tuck into. As I said, I haven't launched this yet, and that's very rare for me not to launch a game a month. A month ago, I installed it.
Yeah, a month ago, yeah.
But I know Funk's a big fan of the Tropico series, but I don't know if he was quite so hot on this one because he seemed to go off it a bit quicker than the others. But I know he was big on them in the 360 days.
Yeah, Gibbons, buddy. So like they're the two games that I've played. So what have you played? And I can't remember what that is or what you do in that.
The only thing I've played other than the stuff we've been playing together is Tron Runner or Tron Run /R, which is a Tron game from Disney Studios. Probably one of the last ones you'll see, seeing as they're shutting down all of their stuff and doing third-party shit now. It's basically an infinite runner, like a mobile game or something, but it's done so well, and there are so many different mechanics, and it's so pretty that it kind of gets away with that. It's it feels really fun to play. It looks like Tron, and it's an excuse for strobe lights and neons and shit, and you just run through. You can jump, slide, duck, glide, shoot.
Dip, dive, duck, dive, and dodge.
The very five, buddy. You can dodge wrenches, then...
you can dodge balls.
You can dodge dodgeballs, yeah. So, yeah, it's just an infinite runner. There's not much else to say about it. It's very well put together. There's another sort of mode to it as well where you're on the bike. I found that particularly difficult to control. It involved a lot of drifting that didn't feel great, but maybe I just didn't really get the hang of it. But, yeah, this is a free demo on the PlayStation Store at the moment. I presume it's on Xbox as well. I don't know, but worth a look. And yeah, worth a play. Every single loading screen is like, "Do you like this? Why not buy the game?" And just like all the time, like every screen. Which I'm not complaining. It's a promotional material, but
that's what it's there for, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. And to be fair, it does a really good job of selling the thing to you. It's very cheap as well. It might grab you. The mechanics are lovely. It's obviously it's a simple, tried and tested formula for the sort of mobile infinite runner, but it's certainly the best infinite runner that I've played probably since Minion Rush, buddy. So there you go. It's worth a look.
I was going to say Minions Rush was the one.
It was a good game. That
one, yeah, that was funny.
It was a good mobile game, but yeah. So other than that, buddy, let's get stuck into all the stuff we have been playing together, and I suppose we should probably start with Overwatch because everyone's going crazy for Overwatch right now.
Overwatch porn, buddy. Oh yeah.
Well, Overwatch porn as well, but predominantly Overwatch.
Mainly the game. Yes, this game is it's really fucking good, buddy. I like it a lot. I played a few matches on Sunday. Yes, Sunday. Just with some numpties, and yeah, I was just flicking through the characters. I mainly had to go as a healer because no one else wanted to, or just everyone was a massive cunt, maybe. I don't know. They didn't think, we needed a healer at that point. But
that can happen.
When you're playing against other people, you're definitely going to need a healer. But not so much against the AI. I can understand not having one then, like playing on like easy or medium on there. But when you're up against like actual players, then yeah, you need people to heal. But yeah, I'm really muchly enjoying this, and we ended up playing with Tom, wasn't it, on Monday night? And that's when we properly got our teeth stuck into it, really, didn't we?
Yeah, it really came alive. And again, I think that, if you can put a full team together, that's when you'll have the most fun. I genuinely think that this works really well as a team game. And yeah, we did a mixture. We jumped into the deep end, really. We could have been playing AI while we were getting used to some of the characters. But I think with the experience that we had on the beta, we decided it was time to play some actual people, and
yeah, I think so.
I think I found that more enjoyable, to be honest. It was
a hell of a lot more of a challenge, I must say, than fighting against the AI.
Felt when we first loaded up, it felt like we were going to be completely out of our depth, but we quickly kind of got our shit together and started winning rounds, and it felt really good. It's just
it was very satisfying. Like
so
the teamwork
well
and everything there. Like Tom was playing as like a tank, I was a healer, and I think, were you the tank? I can't remember.
I was doing a mixture at that point. I was kind of doing a bit of support as the snow bitch. But also,
putting up the ice walls, which are incredibly, not annoying at all, buddy.
Not particularly effective either, as far as I can tell, even if you're playing well. But
true. Yeah, that game works so well when you get a team together and, like a well-balanced squad. And, like, everyone needs to get it. And I think this could be a fantastic community game for us.
This is the game, man. This is the game everyone needs to buy. Like,
it's going to be supported forever as well.
Yeah,
it's not
they've
like
already said
it's going to be like,
on.
Like 6 months down the line, it's going to be like, nothing. I mean, I think they've already come out and said like, we're going to be adding like more maps and more characters. All we ask of you is like, if you want, buy some loot boxes. And I'm like, well, I'm all right, thanks. Maybe I might chuck a $5 your way, but I don't think that buying loot boxes is a good idea, because otherwise, like, you're going to be killing the game itself, because that's one of the good things about playing it is getting the loot boxes, and it makes it exciting. You're like, oh, I got a loot box. I'm going to open it, and maybe you get something cool. Like, my shark bait outfit, which was nice. I don't know. I don't think buying the loot
it wouldn't have been the
boxes
same if
you
you'd paid for that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I like the fact that, like, if you get a duplicate of something you've already got, you get like in-game currency, and you can use that currency to buy stuff you want. So, over time you will accumulate so many points and be able to buy that skin you really want. But you're gonna have to play the game for it, which is fine, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think I would have an issue with the microtransactions if it wasn't a case that the loot boxes were random whether you bought them or not. Yeah. The fact that you can't buy specific items, that makes it feel okay. And also worth noting, none of these items affect the game in any way. They're cosmetic and nothing else.
Not yet anyway, buddy.
Not yet. Yes, it's a slippery slope, but at this point the only stuff that you can actually physically pay for is like paint and skins and decals and that sort of thing. All of the characters and levels they are still working on. There's going to be more coming out, and they will all be free and always be free. And Blizzard are used to supporting a game for a very long period of time. I think that's fair to say. So if they say something like that, then I think you can probably take them at their word on that one. So no, you're right. This is something that's going to be sticking around for a very long time, it feels like. And it's really fun. I really like how it's constantly accentuating the positives. It's not giving you a kill death and saying this guy's better than you.
There really is,
It's just praising you. There's a voting system at the end for best this, best that, and so on. It's just very inclusive and namby-pamby, but in a good way. It just plays beautifully, doesn't it? It really plays so well.
There's been like a lot of complaints about like the play of the game kind of thing, just going to someone that's killed everyone or something like that, and I kind of understand that, but I read a couple of articles about it, but it must be so hard to like mathematically work out what is cool, it's not easy, but they said they're going to look at it and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, some people care about that stuff and some don't. I don't give a shit about the play of the game stuff, to be honest. I quite like seeing someone who's done, who's killed 5 people. I don't care whether that affected the overall outcome or not. It makes no odds to me.
True.
But it's just a bonus, isn't it? But just a great game. We're loving it. We're playing it loads. We can play it more. It's a perfect community game. Go and buy this game so that we can play it with you. Do that.
Yes. Do it. So yeah,
do it.
Overwatch. Do it now.
Do it.
I guess we jump into the other fantastic game that's kicking about at the moment, and that's Doom, buddy. I mean, I've managed to get a couple of levels down into the campaign. For some reason, like I said earlier, I started playing Tropico 5 instead. I don't know why.
And it's funny how it switches like that.
I know. Well, I started playing Doom, and I was playing it with my headset on, because, I enjoyed the Uncharted game with that, thoroughly. It was wicked. But playing Doom with the headset on wasn't the same experience. It was a bit fucking intense.
It's quite loud and immersive, isn't it, this game?
No, well, yes, it definitely is. But firstly, the music was just when you get into those battle scenes where it's just pumping continuously, I was like, this is just a bit too much. It's a bit too close to my ears, I'm sure. And then when I played it on the speakers, on my surround sound bar thing, it was a lot easier on the ears, and it wasn't so in my face. And another thing, the monster sounds, in this early stage, they aren't varied enough for me. They're very much the same continuously. And because of it not having full 7.1 support, like Uncharted did, it was just they would just be getting louder and louder in my left or right ear, and it was really I couldn't place anyone, and also it just sounded really shit, which wasn't good. So that's why I ended up playing Tropico 5 anyway. I then obviously the next time I booted Doom up was playing it on the surround sound bar, and the sound was so much better. In no way, shape, or form does this affect the gameplay, which is just absolutely fantastic with this game. It took me a while to get into it at first, the speed of it, because I just wanted to go and hide and snipe people with my pistol. I mean, I've done that a bit. When you go into an area, you use your secondary thing and you take out a few of them, just so there's not so many. But yeah, it took me a while to get used to running around, shooting them, then ripping their face off, buddy.
It's a very different way of playing, isn't it?
Yes.
And yeah, as you say, you can pick off a couple of little enemies when you first move into a level, but basically you just need to get used to. I mean, running around is obviously really important, but the most important thing is knowing what weapons to use when, and that goes for the chainsaw as well.
See, I haven't got that far yet, buddy. I think I got the pistol, the shotgun, the assault rifle, and some kind of plasma rifle.
Yeah, that thing's badass, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a secret, buddy. Enjoyed finding that. I love finding secrets in this game.
It's
so
really
satisfying. I'd have to explore. I just have to now, just to find something.
The levels get sort of bigger and more intricate the further you go through. I think I'm I just finished the 6th level and I think there's 13 or so, but they're nice and long, and there's just so much going on. The combat, it feels like you're doing a dance almost. You need to know when to use your shotty. Later in the game, as I say, you get your chainsaw out, and that will one hit kill anything if you've got the ammo for it. So it's if you're fighting some gigantic boss battle, then you can get that chainsaw out and kill it as though it was a single minion. It's there's a lot of tactics going on. And as you said, you have to train yourself to not hide as well, because that's when you die straight away, is when you stop and try and play it like a shooter, any shooter that's come out in the last 15 years.
I'd say that was the nearest thing, space agey shooter kind of style. Not as fast. I don't know. It's quite pacey in some points, Halo, but yeah. It's just so smooth though as well, and slick. I like the climbing animation as well. It feels satisfying.
Yeah, there's actually platforming in this, and I don't mind it. I found for the most part it to be pretty solid. There's still some stuff. I've got to a couple of bits now where I've kind of been falling to my death a little too often, but it's it's interesting, and you need that verticality in the levels to mix things up, and that's what it's doing. Every level, every map, there's another thing it throws at you, whether that be a weapon or something that works in a brand new way. It's just fresh. It just constantly freshens things up all the time. It just feels great to play. Like Overwatch, obviously in a more gory manner. But
yeah, with more demons and blood.
That's what these two things have got. These two games have in common is that they're both vibrant and fun and exciting to play. And I find in Doom, in that single player, you'll get into a section where you have to take out like 30 enemies. And when I get to the end of that section and it comes up at the top like checkpoint, I visibly like sort of go, oh. Like,
totally.
And games don't do that like
you can
anymore.
Start breathing again.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been ages since something's done that to me. It's great.
Yeah, it's very satisfying.
So good.
It's a fantastic game. I still want to play some of the multiplayer, but now, Overwatch is there. I'm like, I don't know what I want to play. It's just too much going on, buddy. It's crazy times.
I'm sure we'll get back to Doom, mainly because, it's a different tone. But yeah, I think they're both good multiplayer games. I'm still a little surprised that people don't like the multiplayer on that.
Yeah.
Perhaps playing through the story will get people kind of in the mood for it, and then there'll be a bit of a resurgence from there. But yeah. I think it's cool. It's good.
Do you think like the multiplayer in Doom could be simplified a bit more?
I don't know, really. I think it's pretty simple. What do you mean?
I know, like with like the loadouts and things like that. Like it should just be like, what about like gun pickups like back in the day and things like that?
Yeah. No, you're probably right. To be honest, like maybe they kind of
everyone starts off with a rocket launcher and then you have to go and find the shotty and things like that instead of everyone having, two weapons.
It's almost like they push
it
it out a little bit, isn't it? Because the single player doesn't pander to these like COD mechanics, but you go into the multiplayer and it does. So yeah,
I know. Strange.
Maybe they were hedging their bets a little bit there.
Yeah, maybe they wanted to get the people that are used to shooters online, into it.
Something you could add very easily is just as a new game mode, like classic Doom.
That's
kind of thing.
True. That would be very cool. I think I'd play that more.
And maybe you could do that with Snap Map. Snap map.
But yeah, we ended up playing. I don't know if we spoke about it last week, but on the multiplayer side of Doom, we played like the kill confirmed thing. I can't remember what they called it.
Yeah,
And I found that a lot more fun than Team Deathmatch.
I did as well, but I couldn't really work out why.
I know. I don't know either. Maybe we were just against like a bunch of lesser gamers, buddy, and we just owned them. I reckon.
It could be that. It could do with a couple more modes. I think the Snap Map stuff will kind of bring that into play.
I hope so.
But the mechanics are there just like they are in the single player, and it's there to be embraced, buddy. It's good fun.
Indeed. It's those two games, man, seriously, right now. It's just
really good.
Insane.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we chuck in the wild cards now, so to speak, buddy, shall we?
Yeah, the definite wild cards of this week's gaming, buddy. Somehow, for whatever reason, this week I decided to boot up old Blaze Rush, the game that we tried to get refunded because the online component didn't work, buddy.
Yep. JfG favourite, of course, Blaze Rush. Huge fans we are of that debacle. But yes, you loaded this up, and just like when we loaded it up probably 4 months ago now, there was an online game going on.
Strangely enough, yes, there was an online game, and I could join it, buddy.
Yes, which was different to before, because we couldn't join it before, 4 months ago. But for whatever reason, we could join that one, and we started playing Blaze Rush. And then you kind of worked out a bit of a fix, didn't you, after that?
Yeah, so after that, I tried joining another one. It wouldn't let me. So then I was like, okay, I'll make a game. You join me. No, that didn't work. I'll join you then. And no, that didn't work. So little bit of Googling. Someone said something about some ports, so I went to port forwarding favourite website, portforwarding.com. Probably that one. I think it was that, isn't it? Port Forward? It's always been there. It's been around for years anyway. It's the go-to one back in the day because, back in the day you had to port forward to get games working.
Yeah, that's some sort of archaic thing that you shouldn't really have to do anymore, buddy, if you ask me.
I literally cannot remember the last time that I did that. No idea. Anyway, I sorted out the ports and that still didn't work. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm just going to open all the ports.
Open all the boxes.
So obviously set my IP, static IP to it. And then boom. I was then joinable. And fuck me. Did we have some fun then, buddy?
What a great game Blaze Rush is, buddy.
I know, right? So much fun.
We knew that, though. That's why we bought it.
Because of the
Steam reviews.
We knew it was going to be a good game. And yeah, that's why we paid the £8 or something like that for it. And yeah, there's one game mode. Was it Death Race? I think it is.
Yeah, whichever one is the elimination mode with the big combine coming up behind you kind of thing.
That is the one to do. So it's your classic arcade racy kind of game, like shooty racy game, like Mario Kart style game.
Yeah, but obviously different movement though, isn't it? With the
it's like
aim rather than
like Helldivers
accelerate
kind of movements, isn't it? Kind of thing.
Yeah. So you hold the left stick in the direction you want to go rather than accelerating and steering, which it's fine. Yeah, it felt very strange at first, but after a while you worked out that actually that worked really well, especially for something where you're going to be firing weapons on a regular basis. And it controls really nice, and it's a really fun game. I've been playing it solo as well, like working through the career on there, and finally getting our fucking money's worth, buddy, after all this time.
I know, right? And we managed to get Bob involved on game night, and I was pretty drunk by that point. And,
we all were, buddy.
We were having a whale of a time. Like, it is really satisfying, that game, like when you're behind someone and you ended up like shooting them and they bounce off and ricochet and then end up flying off the track. It's like, yeah, got you, you fucker. It's just a very, very well put together game. Well, I say that, but when you open your ports.
Yeah, and that begs the question, do you think that would have worked when we bought it?
I guess so. I don't know.
I don't really understand, because Targum Games specifically admitted to the fact that the servers were down
on it. Yeah,
and that they were going to fix them. I don't know if maybe it was lost in translation that actually there were servers there, but without port forwarding it wasn't working. Well, maybe that's what they meant. I think
they've changed it to like a P2P, peer-to-peer.
Yes, so they don't need servers.
Yes, exactly.
And that's why you need to forward the ports as well.
Yes, so everyone can just join me and rape my ports, I guess.
What a delightful image.
Yeah, rape my ports, buddy. Come on in.
Well, yeah, either way, I'm just pleased that it's finally working. And I mean, with our family sharing stuff, it didn't really feel like we'd lost out too heavily there, but it was kind of the principle of the thing, to be honest, with Blaze Rush. And
definitely,
everyone was pretty pissed off. And I'm just glad that it works now, because it's a really good game and it means we get to get some enjoyment out of it, and we should make the most of it over the coming weeks, buddy, in case they just remove it from our libraries with no warning or something and go, True. Fuck you.
Yeah, there you go. Job done.
Can happen.
Yeah, so, buddy, this is the most random thing of the week, I think, from you, and I don't know when it was, whenever Hearthstone came out those years ago.
Several years ago.
I got the beta access, I think, and had a code, and I was like, hey, buddy, let's play some Hearthstone. You're like, I'm not going to do that. I was like, well, fair dues. I feel like you're missing out here. I'm enjoying this game. You should come and play some card game with me.
And I was like, well, fuck you, buddy. I don't want to play your fucking card game. You can shove it up your arse, is what you can do with it.
So we never really played that, and you know, I didn't really play it on my own. I played it for a bit at the time, and then forgot all about it until Monday, when you were like, "Hey, I've heard about this new game, buddy. I've been playing it. It's kind of all right. I kind of like it. I seem to have pumped a few hours into it." What game was that, buddy?
That game was Hearthstone, buddy. Let me tell you a tale. I was lying in bed. I was being so lazy that I couldn't even be bothered to turn on my console. And I was just watching some videos on YouTube. And I was watching the Yogscast Warcraft movie video where they went over and met Duncan Jones. And it wasn't very good or funny. And then I was like, I wonder if old Terps of the Yogscast did some sort of vlog for this, or vlog, whatever you want. I don't care. Fuck off, millennials. It's he often does these vlogs that are very funny because he's very funny. And so I went onto his channel, and indeed there were a couple of vlogs, and one of them was them flying back from watching the Warcraft movie in Los Angeles, and he'd paid, I don't know, 15 quid or whatever for the Wi-Fi on the plane, and he was playing Hearthstone on the plane. He was live streaming games of Hearthstone from 35,000 feet above the Atlantic. Yeah. And I was like, that's really cool. And I watched the whole video. It was about half an hour long. I think it might have even been in 2 parts. And I was like, I wonder if can I get Hearthstone on my Mac? Because I wasn't sure if it was just an app as well as... I know it runs on PC, but I didn't know if there was an OS X actual version for it. It turns out there is, although fucking barely, and we'll get to that. And yeah, I downloaded it, and I was like... Didn't really know if I wanted to play it or not, but I thought, well, this is a Blizzard game. I'm sure it'll ease me in with good tutorials because that's Blizzard. And it fucking was, buddy. And within 10 minutes, I was hooked. And at this point, I suspect I've probably played 10 hours of Hearthstone in the last 4 days.
Well played, buddy.
I was playing it for about 3 hours last night. We played some Hearthstone last night.
2 hours as well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
I love it. I think it's great. It's really good
nice, simple, yet it can be, you know, that other word that isn't simple that I can't remember.
It's easy to play, hard to master.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with it, and one of the reasons I was never interested, is that it is a pay-to-win game. Hearthstone is a pay-to-win game in that if you don't pay any money, you will lose because the people who have paid money have better cards than you. And that made me never want to play it. But there's a solid sort of solo practice mode in there where you can play as many games against the computer as you want, and there's various difficulty levels to make that challenging. And then there's your friends. You know, someone like you're not going to splooge out on cards and ruin the whole experience for me.
Wow, you say that, buddy. And you're right, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's not
so,
right.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm completely hooked on it at the moment. So that's pretty weird, but here we are, buddy. Here we are.
It is pretty weird, buddy.
Let me tell you a little bit about the Mac version, though, buddy.
Okay, give me a breakdown.
Okay, so the OS X version only runs in 2 resolutions. One of them is 1024 by whatever that one is. Is it 968 or something?
Sure.
The other one is...
if it's 1996, that's fine.
Yeah, the other one is 1280 by 1024. Both of those resolutions are woefully inadequate, especially if you have a new MacBook with a Retina display. I've got a 4K screen on this laptop. I'm running it in 1280.
I mean, that's like a quarter of your screen.
It looks fucking awful. And
if that, I don't know, is it a quarter?
It's shit. It's stretched and it's not good. But more than that, there is a problem with Hearthstone on Macs that has existed since 2013.
Nice.
And it is called the Rainbow Glitch.
Ooh, sounds fruity, buddy.
So basically, I did a fair bit of research last night, and I think I can probably break it down for you here. So the Rainbow Glitch is the app Hearthstone for OS X is so poorly optimized that when you're running it, it's using 100% of your GPU on your integrated graphics, which is why the fans spin up.
Wow.
It's why the battery dies really quickly. And eventually, after maybe 2 hours of play, sometimes shorter than that, can happen. It happened to me after an hour last night. It'll start artifacting as though the graphics card is overheating. And it isn't. The graphics card isn't overheating, but it's been under such stress that it fools the software into thinking it's overheating, and it starts artifacting. So you get these sort of rainbows. It doesn't know what color to render anymore, and everything goes blocky. And then the game sort of starts turning white in various positions, and then it locks up the whole thing. And you have to force quit, which is obviously a problem if you're playing someone online. They have never fixed this problem. We've been through 3 different OS X's since the problem arose, and Blizzard have never fixed the problem. And it's still there to this day. So
there was an update today, buddy.
Well, I'm sure that won't have done anything, but I'm currently exploring other options. One of which is I've got Wine Bottler running, which is a Windows. It emulates an executable basically in OS X. So I'm going to give that a go with the PC version of Hearthstone and see if I'll know whether it's worked or not by the sound of my fucking laptop, whether it's taking off or not.
Yeah, exactly.
I
worth a go, buddy, though.
I haven't heard the laptop be that loud since I played Civ on 1080p graphics, and yeah, it didn't like that either. But bottom line, buddy, hooked on Hearthstone, trying to get Funk involved, although I think he's a little bit above it now. He's a bit fucking poncy about his card games now. He's got into Magic.
I mean, calling it, what was it, MTG? Oh, dear.
He's unimpressed. But I can't run Magic because it hasn't got a OS X version. So
that will happen.
But yeah, there we go.
Well, Hearthstone, buddy. Maybe we'll play some later.
I think we probably will. I've got a bit of a hankering. So
okay. I mean, should we just play it now while doing the podcast?
Yeah. What are we doing here anyway? I'll give you a game. Let's have it.
Booting it up now.
Anyway, that is what we've been playing, buddy.
Gibbons.
And now it's time for the news.
The news.
The news.
The news.
The news.
Breaking news.
Number one.
Number Wang.
No Man's Sky has been delayed, buddy.
Okay.
It's been delayed by not a great deal of time, just a little while. It's now coming out in early August, so it's the 9th of August for North America, 10th of August in Europe, and 12th of August in the UK. That's only really half the story. The other big story in games this week was
it's ridiculous.
Jason Schreier of Kotaku, who broke the news, and then Hello Games themselves, all of the development team, received assorted death threats for announcing this delay because people were so angry that the game had been delayed. Which it's kind of good news, just in case you'd forgotten what a shitty world we live in, buddy.
Thanks for reminding me that
no
they're
worries.
Absolute fucking degenerates in the
It's
world.
true. It's true.
I think this is an appropriate reaction to something that, one, it's out of our control, so hey, just go with it. And two, it's a fucking computer game that's been delayed a couple of months, if that.
And who cares? Yeah.
Wow.
It's been delayed like 6 weeks.
Idiots. Seriously, I can't believe it.
Fucking pathetic.
When I read it for the first time, I was just like, this is just insane. Like, why? Like, the internet is just a horrible place, you know?
Well, this is just a wider problem. This is just an example of stuff that happens every day. And the problem being that people feel like when they are sitting on their computers, they can say whatever they want. They feel completely safe. Yeah. And so they behave terribly because they believe there are no repercussions to doing so.
True.
And it's got worse and worse over the years. And people of our generation, we've watched that happen. We were there before the internet, and I remember when there was no internet, and I've watched this sort of downward spiral, and it's very sad, to be honest. At the same time, I don't think you can fix it in any way. You just have to stay out of it and just let the fuckwits be fuckwits. And but yeah, really shitty. More importantly, buddy, I'm still excited for No Man's Sky, although I'm starting to think that maybe they announced that a little early, because I think there's a little bit of... Do you not think there's a little bit of fatigue there now after all this time? Maybe.
I mean, thankfully they announced it so early that I've forgotten about this game, and now I'm looking forward to it again.
That's a bit division though, isn't it, that?
Yeah, I know, right? Shocking.
I'm still looking forward to it. I hope it's good. I'm still really excited and interested to see how it all works out. But
there was something about the multiplayer aspect of it, but I can't remember what it was. I did read something.
Well, about, like, originally they said you wouldn't really be able to play with other people because the odds of you finding someone else were really low. But as I understand it, you're not connected to servers in that fashion anyway, because it's procedural for each person to a degree. I don't know. It's all very interesting technology. It's going to be very, very interesting. And I hope that game's good, because I hope all games are good, because then I have good games to play. But yeah, it's a short delay, as I said, like 6 weeks or so. And pops it straight in the middle of Dead Island syndrome.
That's a good point. It does. I mean, maybe that was just tactical, buddy.
Yep. They were listening to our earlier podcast. They were like, "Oh shit, we've missed a trick here. We need to.
We need to get on that."
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Number 2. The PS4 has sold 40 million units worldwide.
It's pretty impressive.
It's a massive number. To put that in perspective, the Xbox 360 is currently on 84 million. So it's on basically double what the PS4's on. Having been out for 11 years, though, the 360.
That's true.
So there you go. Massive, absolutely massive numbers. Bit unfortunate then that the PS4.5 is going to split the user base and ruin any future records they could have achieved. It's a bit of a shame.
Definitely true as well.
Yeah. Impressive numbers though, isn't it, buddy? Consoles, console
they're
market's
dead,
dying
aren't
out. It's dying out.
They're a dying thing, consoles are, mate. No one wants one of them anymore.
Huge numbers. Holy hell.
Rather large.
There you go.
Another little stat numbers-wise, the PS Vita has sold 5 million in Japan. Well, I think it's Japan. Yeah, in Japan. So there you go.
That's a lot.
I know, buddy. It's a good console, that's why.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
That Vita 2, buddy, at E3, I'm waiting with bated breath.
Vita 2, buddy. In your hands. It's under your chair.
It's under your chair.
In your hands. They just don't know. It's just there. They're like, whoa.
That's the selling point, buddy. It's invisible.
Yeah, exactly. Streaming straight to your mind.
Next, Minecraft. Minecraft Battle Mode has arrived. It's basically a deathmatch mode from what I can make out.
Yeah, it's like the Hunger Games.
Yeah, which was a very popular...
better film, Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. It could... Yes, actually, that's true. That's something, again, that the Yogs used to play. There used to be, lots of people used to play. I just say the Yogs because I kind of follow them to a degree. But it used to be a very popular set of maps, the sort of Hunger Games style maps and deathmatch maps on Minecraft, now being introduced officially. So
this is a good move from Microsoft.
It is. It's an opportunity to monetize to a degree because this mode is launched
more money
as a free update with 3 maps, but they're going to be selling more maps for $2.99. I'd imagine there'll be £2.99 here. So
yeah, probably. The fact that there's going to be pre-built maps that we can download now and have a fight in, whereas before, we had to make these areas and. A lot of the fun in Minecraft is making these things, but, while you're building stuff with your mates, there's nothing better than just to go up behind them and, twat them and make them fall into some lava. It's loads of fun. And now, I can do that and not feel bad about it.
It's true, buddy. I spent, I don't know how many hours making a race for the wall map. Sometimes you just want to have a bit of a ruck, don't you? So,
exactly.
I think this will go down well. They're kind of Microsofting it, I suppose, and that'll be the thing that people are kind of moaning about to a degree. But you haven't got to buy it. They haven't taken anything away from you. So
yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to try out these 3 maps. Might as well. They're free and all.
Gibbons, buddy. Full-blown Gibbons.
Be a giggle.
So next, F1. The next F1 game is going to be called F1 2016, Shock Horror.
Whoa!
It will feature the most immersive career mode yet, a time of day editor. It's nice to have weather in your game, isn't it, GT Sport? Worth noting, GT Sport will not have any weather. Has emerged this week. And the return of the safety car and the addition of a virtual safety car. You've also got, obviously, a new track in there because we're going to Azerbaijan this season in the Formula 1, buddy. So the race of Baku, which sounds a little Star Wars.
Jakku, yeah.
Is,
I like it. I'm there.
It's going to happen. But yeah, one cause for concern. They're going to be featuring career booster DLC packs, which suggests that they're going to throw microtransactions at this because fuck you all, apparently.
What's that going to have, like, extra nitro so you can give it a little boost down the straight?
Not as stupid as it sounds, buddy, what you're saying there. Like, this is going to have a full research and development mode in it for all career. So I'd imagine, you'd be able to get boosters to do more development.
Speed up research.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because fuck you. And fuck everyone.
Thanks, Codemasters. You're the best.
Yeah. I mean, this is... This and the next PES were both announced this week, and both of them look very iterative rather than in any way worth spending out if you haven't got the last... If you've got the last ones, then I don't know, man. I'm looking at PES and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to do anything other than some slight gameplay tweaks. Is it worth buying it? Like, I'm starting to think that maybe...
every year, buddy. We just wait until Christmas until it drops down to like 20 quid and then we pick it up because that's when the servers will be working because they won't be working for the first 3-4 months. They're always fucked.
Be the same with F1. The hit detection didn't come in until Christmas.
Exactly. We just got like on these games where we've got we've got last year's version. We just hold out like 3-4 months and then we pick it up.
Easier said than done though, buddy.
I can do it. I swear to God, I could quite easily do it on these 2 games.
I know you could do it on these, but you don't play these solo, whereas I do, like, a lot. So it's harder for me, but you're totally right, of course. I've realised that. But I'm also a bit of a mug, so...
that is true, buddy.
Worth noting.
Then again, I did buy Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold that over your head for the rest of your life, though, buddy. When we're sitting in the nursing home, I'm like, remember when you bought Elder Scrolls Online, you twat?
Yeah, I do.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Finally, from me this week, this went live today in the UK, useless to an international audience, although, EU often have sales that mirror the UK, but probably going to miss out if you're in the States. This is a double discount on PS Plus. So they're doing some sort of sale with discounts on the PlayStation Store. But if you are a PS Plus member, then they will double that percentage. So there's a few games on there with 50 to 60% off, a couple with even 70% off.
Whoa, 70.
Which would be interesting, probably more interesting if digital games weren't all priced at about 150 fucking pounds in the first place. But at the same time, there are a few little bargains here. I've picked some out. And here you go. Rainbow Six Siege, you can pick that up for £22. That's not too bad for the digital one, especially if your family's sharing. Just Cause 3 is down to 18 quid. That's a bit tempting. I think that'd be fun.
That's very tempting, but not at the moment because we've got too much.
Got too many games. Destiny with all DLC and The Taken King for £27.50.
It's okay, I guess, if you've never
touched it, then yeah, go for it.
Really good shout, yeah.
And Tearaway is £8 on the store right now. That's a bit of a bargain.
Yeah, definitely. I'd pay £8 for that.
Great game.
I mean, I'm not going to, but I would.
There's loads more on there. The usual suspects, of course, all the Telltale shit is always discounted, and that's on there. COD's down to 30 quid or so, something like that. So yeah, there's some bargains to be had on there. Probably not if you're buying it on your own. If your family's sharing, then absolutely. Like, there's some good stuff. And some of the older games that are kind of more forgotten, like Shadow of Mordor and Alien Isolation, you can kind of pick up for sort of £10-15 on there. Could be worth a look if you're hankering for something, although in this sort of golden-esque release time we've been in recently, you're probably not going to need anything to prop up your library. But if you do, then it's worth a look on there anyway.
Nice, buddy. Like it.
No worries, B. So that's it from me for the news. So it's probably time to head into Ash's news favourite things of the week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's news favourite thing of the week.
Gibbons, buddy, and I have threefold things. Three things fold for you today. So you remember a few weeks ago we were talking about Battlefield 1 in the news being announced, and I was like, I don't know if people know about this. The young kids today, do they know about World War 1? Apparently that was a worry for EA studio boss Patrick Suderland, I think that's how you say it, when he initially rejected DICE's pitch for Battlefield 1. I think he said on the lines of, we were worried that many of our younger consumers either did not know there was a World War II or Vietnam, so World War 1, if they don't know about them ones, they're not going to know about World War 1, are they, buddy?
Well, how fucking tactful of him, buddy. And, good stuff there.
I know, right? But, that was a worry. I'm just saying that I clearly, edited the truth back then.
I believe so. It can happen.
But yeah, I was just thought, oh, that's a bit weird. I don't know. I did kind of say it, but I didn't think, it was an actual thing. It was just more of it was
tongue in cheek, wasn't it? If anything,
yeah,
and it turned out to be true.
But no, yeah, it's actually. I've really got to watch my mouth now, haven't I? What I say.
You've already ruined Sony's E3 press conference with this second handheld that they clearly don't want to release, buddy.
Oh dear,
awful.
I know. Okay, buddy. So if I say to you, the Assassin's Creed collection has been confirmed, what would you think?
I would think. I wouldn't think anything. I wouldn't think anything.
What would you think it would entail?
Oh, okay. What, as in what would be featured in the collection?
Yeah, I've got. Okay, so Ubisoft have trademarked the website Assassin'sCreedCollection.com. What do you think's in that?
I suppose the first conclusion you would jump to is that it would be Black Flag, Unity, and Syndicate. A trilogy.
Or, the collection, a load of games. That's what you think. Well, no, buddy, it is not. The Assassin's Creed Collection, bit of a mouthful, is actually a monthly magazine model collection.
What? What, like a comic, like a digital comic?
No, it's a magazine with a model.
Like physical comic.
A physical book-like thing, and you get a little massively retarded statue. I'm looking at like 6 of them here. You got Ezio in there, Altair, Jacob Fry, and all these like little characters look so bad.
Are we talking the whole like first issue 99p, $5.99 for another 260 issues type thing? Is that kind of? I
think so. The first issue is only $2.99, buddy. So God knows, like the rest of them are going to be like $8.99 or something. But I was just like, I just saw it and I was like, wow, Assassin's Creed, they're really, really going for it. And
forefront, buddy. They're at the forefront.
No self-respect left or anything, I would say. It's just, they're sucking the life out of that franchise. It's seriously, like, these models are just, like, insanely shit.
You'll have to send me some photos later. That sounds wonderful.
Let me just copy
Middle of 2016 is definitely the time to launch some sort of physical magazine.
Oh, definitely.
It's just obvious.
Yeah, I've put a link in the pod notes.
I'm on it.
Hopefully that should take you to it. Just scroll a bit and you can see all the pictures of them and they're just fucking shambolic.
Oh, they're terrible.
Yeah, they really are.
Oh, dear.
So that's the Assassin's Creed collection, buddy.
Well, thank you for bringing that to my attention, buddy.
I know. I mean, this is the place where you get the best news.
I was going to collect Panini this summer, but I'm going to have to change my plans.
Definitely, buddy. And obviously, the big topic this week, we've discussed it before. The Blizzard Overwatch porn scandal. Is going on right now.
Coming to a head, so to speak.
Oh, yeah. All the head. And so we thought, I wonder what Blizzard actually think about this. Well, they're not too happy about it, buddy. They're clamping down on it. They're trying to get rid of it. And, that's fair dues. It's their property. They don't want it depicted in that way. Anyway, it's fantastic publicity for them because they're looking like the good guys all the way through. And plus there's, it's advertising porn. So win-win for them. Just saying.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, I heard that some people were using some of that new NVIDIA technology to actually remove assets from the game specifically. So they were making the porn in-engine. Yeah. Which is ridiculous,
mental.
I don't think they're going after the sort of fan art stuff, to be honest, but it's still pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's using Valve's Source filmmaking kit.
That's
apparently. There you go. And it's like, I mean, that initial thing that I said a few weeks ago about like the 817% thing, I just put that in there because it was funny. But apparently this is like getting pretty serious now, buddy.
The story's really blown up. It's popping up on lots of podcasts. Jim Sterling did a whole Jimquisition episode about it. I'm not sure why, to be honest. It didn't warrant it, but it's certainly gathered pace, and I've noticed it was actually trending the other day on Facebook, of all places, as well. So it looks like the mums have got involved too.
Of course they have, yeah. I just thought, it's funny. Leave it at that, but now it's just getting silly.
I'd imagine if I did a search Overwatch porn mumnet or mumsnet, then there'd be some interesting articles.
Yeah, a few hits on that, buddy. That'd be nice. But yeah, I thought, people need an update on this, so there we go. I'm hoping that's the I don't want to keep going on about this, but, I got to report the news, buddy. And this is
your
news.
Duty.
I know, it's what I got to do. But hey-ho. And that is pretty much my news favourite things of the week. But yeah, subscribe to Assassin'sCreedCollection.com and get a really, really shit Assassin's Creed model.
It has to be done, really. It's just good value. It's just common sense.
It really is. We need to tweet some of that.
Yeah, we do. Send out some photos. Thanks very much, buddy. And that is the end of the news.
Yarp.
Now it's time for Fonz or Phoenix.
So what we got this week, buddy? Up, down, in, out, roundabout, Fonz or Phoenix?
It is a Fonz, buddy. I'm handing out a Fonz this week. And that Fonz is going out because finally, after all this time, the longest time, we got some sort of mod community possibly forming on our consoles. And that is exciting. This is Mods on Consoles finally here. Fallout 4 mod support now live on Xbox One. There was a brief closed beta, and now it's live. They're saying that the mod support should arrive on PS4 at some point in June. Presumably there'll be some E3 stuff to whet our appetite for what's to come there. But Bethesda have always been kind of forward-thinking when it comes to mods and stuff, so it kind of makes sense that they'd take the plunge first. But I think it's a huge positive. I just wonder if it's going to set a precedent or be a bit of a flash in the pan. What do you reckon, buddy? Do you think it's a gimmicky thing, or is this sort of support going to become the norm?
I'm really hoping it's going to be the norm, buddy, because I'm a big fan of mods. There's a lot of cool things, like, you know, in Civ, you could get, like, all the different, you know, factions from all different places. I think there was, like, a Halo one in there and shit like that. I mean, that's just cool. It's just more stuff for games that I love. And about that, you know, it's been a long time coming, I must say.
I think one of the reasons it never really took off before was because it was incredibly difficult and very bespoke. You know, now we're in a position where the consoles, regardless of their power, they are essentially, you know, x86 operating systems kind of running very much like a PC would. It's far easier to introduce mod support and stuff now. I mean, I suppose it depends on, it comes down to sort of developer to developer as to whether this takes off. I'd imagine a company like CD Projekt Red would be, they're the sort of guys that maybe would be up for introducing mod support as well, and maybe building this into something that gathers momentum to the point where it forces other companies and developers' hands to introduce it as well. It could happen. I don't know.
I hope so, because some of the mods for Skyrim were just absolutely fantastic, and you know, when they bring the next Elder Scrolls out, you know, hopefully that should, you know, continue, seeing as they've done it for Fallout 4, and that's going to be just amazing. I mean, it does bring up a question of the power of these consoles, because obviously the games themselves have been optimized, I would say, for these consoles, and some of these mods obviously are going to put more pressure on them.
Yeah, and could break them in some ways.
Yes, exactly, and this is the issue. I mean, that's on there with PCs, and I would say the majority of PC gamers accept that and do research or somewhat of, you know, looking into if this works, or, you know, saving a different version of their mods before applying new ones. I mean, I've done that several times, and also forgotten that several times, and each time is not fun when you forget to do that.
It can happen. And of course, the other thing that the PC has the advantage is the opportunity. If you're installing a particularly demanding mod, then you have the option to lower your graphical settings as well, and that's something that console gamers don't necessarily have the option to do, so that changes things as well. I think, to be honest, going back to your Skyrim thing, the one that turned all of the dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine characters is possibly the greatest mod I've ever seen, to be honest.
It's a funny one. It's very good.
Well, either way, I hope we'll see more mod stuff at E3 this year. it's just very cool. The more customization, the better. The more, I mean, it's in the interests of publishers and developers. It extends the life of the game that you have released, and maybe more people will buy it. And especially, I think mod support's kind of come into its own even more now. Mods with YouTube and how popular it can be, and you could end up with something viral with a particularly amusing mod or clever mod or whatever. There's very few reasons now not to allow mod support in your games, and if that comes to consoles, I think that would be great.
Gibbons, buddy, nothing can go wrong.
Absolutely not. There's no danger of fucking anything up, bricking a console, piracy. No, nothing there at all.
True.
And now it's time for Out This Week.
And that's out this week. Yes.
Sure is, buddy. I've got the PS Plus for you. And
Ooh.
I'm interested to see what you think about this. We've got on PS Plus this month Gone Home and NBA 2K16 for the PS4. Echo Chrome and Siren Blood Curse for the PS3. Fuck you. And Little Deviants and God of War Chains of Olympus for the Vita stroke PSP. What do you think about that, buddy?
I mean, having the NBA 2K16 is very good, and also, was it Gone Home? I mean, I'm looking forward to playing that. But apart from that, meh.
I mean, obviously, the PS3 stuff, they've just given up now. So,
yeah, clearly.
And the Vita as well, to a degree. I mean, suddenly you're finding a PSP game pop out each month now. It's like, well, you know, that's like 10 years old or something. So, I don't know. Gone Home, cool. I'd like to play through that. But yeah, NBA 2K16, what a curveball. Wrong sport, of course. Totally. But, I mean, for starters, I think that game came out in like July, August, September time last year. It's not very old. It's not even a year old. It's a AAA.
Yeah,
it's a sports game.
Which is mental.
I don't know. It's a little odd that they're giving a basketball game to all of Europe as well. That's a bit strange. But at the same time, I'm game, buddy. I'm up for it. I've looked up the multiplayer modes. It's got 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. Some sort of co-op career thing possibly in there as well. Obviously, it depends how long the servers are fucking turned on for. We had MLB The Show, and those were turned off after about a year and a half, so we'll have to get in there quick. Yeah. But we've been asking for a AAA, buddy, and we've got one, so that's cool, isn't it?
Yes, it definitely is cool, and, you know, it started making me look at other games that I may want in the PS Plus of the AAA titles.
Sounds like a top 5, buddy.
Oh, what? No way.
We will head there shortly. We certainly will.
Gibbons, buddy. I can't wait.
You won't have to for very long.
Good.
Also out this week, we have Edge of Nowhere on the Oculus Rift. This looks crazy. This is a third-person snowy survival game for the Rift. And it's hard to work out exactly how you're playing it from a YouTube video, but it seems as though it's a third-person adventure game. Kind of it's not really on rails, but you just control it normally. But the VR stuff is just to control the view, and there's a lot of occasions where you're pointing your head is kind of where it's shining a light, so you can jump from platform to platform and stuff. It seems to be doing a lot of stuff where it's kind of dipping a toe in to try and work out how third-person movement could work in VR. Now, whether that will make for a good game on this occasion rather than a proof of concept, I'm not sure. But it certainly looked interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what people think when it comes out.
Gibbons, buddy. That's out this week.
Sure is. We got Hearts of Iron 4 on the PC. A tactical turn-based World War II strategy game that looks very nice. We have Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which I forgot existed, frankly. That's out this week, buddy, on the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC.
I know, right? Another one of those ones where I'm just like, meh, what happened? My mind's been busy elsewhere. Oh, well.
Well, there's been a lot on, hasn't there?
It's been busy.
There's been a lot of Overwatch and Doom, so it's been hard to remember anything other than that.
True.
Making its... For the second week in a row, buddy, SteamWorld Heist is out this week. This was delayed from last week by 1 week and is now out this week, hopefully.
Is it trying to, compete with Alekine's gun?
I don't know. It seems that way. I have no idea if it will come out or not, but it is allegedly out this week. Although, don't trust me, buddies, because that's what I said last week. We have Phoenix Furia on the Xbox One and PS4. This is a fast-paced 2D side-scroller. It's like Meat Boy without the gore. It's kind of retro 8-bit. Looks quite fun. Very fast. Lots of levels. Could be good.
Sonic.
Yeah, sure. Sonic.
Okay.
In Between is out on the Xbox One. This is a puzzle platformer. That looks quite nice as well. We have A Game of Changes on the PC, which is an interesting-looking third-person kind of 3D isometric. Japanese man walks across pentagon shapes. That's kind of what I was seeing when I was watching the video. There's puzzles involved in that he can only walk on certain shapes. And I've just made it sound like the most boring thing ever. So
sounds ace, buddy.
Indeed it does. Indeed it does. And finally this week we have Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter, which is out on Xbox One, PS4 and PC. It looks really compelling, but the graphics look fucking PS3, early PS3. And this is one of those things, I don't know how well those games play or how compelling they actually are, but every time one of these Sherlock Holmes games comes out, I'm interested, but it just looks so awful that it turns me off completely. So, I don't know.
Doesn't like it.
I'd love to hear from someone who's played some of those, because I've never met anyone who's actually took the plunge there, and it'd be nice to know if they're worth investing your time in, despite the shoddy game engine. I'm not sure.
Shoddy.
But either way, buddy, that is out this week.
Nice, buddy. I'm glad about that. That's out this week.
It sure is. And now it's time for the JfG Top 5.
Just for Gamers Top 5.
I couldn't wait for this, and I'm so glad it's here.
Well, you're welcome, buddy. This is in honor of NBA 2K16, which is a very surprise candidate for a PS Plus.
It's out of the blue, buddy.
It really is.
The blue.
It really is. You'd never have guessed that in a million years.
No, not once.
We like to moan about the PS Plus lineup, but perhaps it would be a good idea to make some sort of realistic top 5 of games we'd actually like in there. So obviously this isn't like we're trying to go for some level of realism here, things that could happen. Sony aren't going to give away Uncharted 4 2 weeks after it came out, for example, or something like that. But it might give away Evolve, which is a terrible game nobody wants. But it's AAA.
I voted for that.
Yeah. Well, the Eric Banner saga, buddy. It could happen.
Eric Banner saga. See, I thought with this other one as well.
Yeah.
The first Hitman episode. You know?
It's true. A little too fresh, perhaps, if it was a little older.
Yeah, it is a bit too fresh, but later on, I think that is something that's going to happen.
Because Telltale do that, don't they?
Yes, they give away the first episode for free. It's like King's Quest episode 1, and I've really enjoyed that, and I'm going to wait until they're all out and then buy it. But that's something, and I keep looking at that Hitman beta going like, oh yeah, I'll play that for 5 minutes, and I do. It's weird. It's very strange.
I think we will end up with that Hitman game once it's all out and cheaper.
I think so, but I think by the time I end up getting it, I'm not going to want to play it, which is an issue.
Maybe if it all released at once rather than episodically, buddy, it would have had more of a chance of making us part with our money.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Anyway, back to the top 5, buddy.
Yeah, so this is a top 5. We've got 5 suggestions here for Sony. These would be PS Plus titles that would be very exciting. And the thing with PS Plus, and it's a little strange, but a lot of these games you could pick up very cheaply in the shops, but it's the principle of it is the fact that you're giving away a solid AAA game that perhaps we didn't want to buy before, and it's got a certain perceived value that is higher than some indie 2D puzzle platformer, even if that is an excellent game. So I think these are all realistic, buddy. We'll get stuck in. Number 1 on our list, Dragon Age Inquisition.
That game's old.
It is old, but it's also massive and good and a AAA from a reputable developer and something I'd like to play.
I definitely want to play it.
Yeah.
I've thought about buying it several times. It's been in a few sales at like 13, 14 quid. I'm like, I really want to buy that game. But 1, I don't have the time to play that game. And 2, I probably wouldn't play that game because I don't have the time. But if it was free and I had it, then I might play it.
And that's kind of the crux of this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, these consoles have been out long enough now, and you're seeing the odd AAA pop up on the Xbox One, and obviously with their backwards compatibility, it's propping up their whole games with gold thing as well. But some of these games have been out long enough now. You know, we're talking about games that are over 3 years old, and they're perfect for PS Plus.
Definitely.
So here's another one.
So.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Perfect. You can pick that game up really cheap now, you know, probably sub £10 in some shops.
Yeah, when did I pick it up? Like a year ago?
Yeah, and you got it for like 13 quid, didn't you, or something?
Something like that, yeah.
But at the same time, if you chucked that in your PS Plus, I'd be delighted because I want to play it, and it'd make a statement. People would like it. People would be like, finally, you know. And so I think that would be really good.
I'll bring it down next time I'm coming down, buddy.
Yeah, I need to get stuck into that at some point. It's just, yeah, it's getting on, and we've had so much to be getting stuck into. But yeah, I'd like to play that. I would.
Yeah, Gibbons.
Number 3 on our list, Alien Isolation. This is actually in the double discount sale right now. It's a very scary game. I'd like to give it a go, but I wouldn't want to fork out the money in case I was too much of a schoolboy bitch. So
yeah, that's mainly why I haven't bought it, because I would just pee my pants in some way when I would play that game.
Be a good one though.
Yeah, once again, it's that same situation. Like, I'd like to play it, but I don't want to pay for it, kind of thing. Like, I don't want to pay for it and be disappointed, or I don't want to pay for it and be like, oh no, I'm not enjoying it, kind of thing. Whereas if it's part of PS Plus, then it don't matter, buddy.
Gibbons. Number 4, Far Cry 4. I feel similarly about that to Alien in that I want to play it, I don't want to pay for it, and that's what PS Plus is for. It's making me stealthily pay for it over several months and then feel like I got it for nothing. And that's what I want. Far Cry 4, buddy. I'd like that. It's got some multiplayer stuff in there as well, and I could get my teeth into that. That'd be good. So
yeah, co-op-y stuff.
And finally, our number 5. This is from you, and I totally agree.
Yeah, this would be ace.
Blaze Rush. Blaze Rush, so that there'd be a million complaints about their shitty online port opening stuff. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Definitely, buddy. Like, they would get ransacked.
As the servers are completely overwhelmed, or lack of, and nothing works, and no one can do anything, and the forums fill up with people going, what's going on?
Good.
It'd be the best.
Give us this broken game. That'd be so good.
Be pretty special.
Yes, it would.
So there you go. That's our top 5 of games. Realistic top 5 of games we'd actually like on PS Plus. Dragon Age Inquisition, Wolfenstein, Alien Isolation, Far Cry 4, and Blaze Rush.
It's a good top 5, buddy.
It is, and as I said before, like all of those games, you chuck any of them, well, maybe not Blaze Rush, you chuck any of those 4 games in, they make a statement, a big statement.
Yes, definitely.
It's worth it for the PR, you know?
Yeah. I think so.
And now it's time for Many Moons Ago. Many Moons Ago.
I'm not going to do the Mr. Cocaine caffeine again this week.
Mr. Cocaine.
I don't feel like it was appreciated last week. So we're just going to go with where we're going with, buddy. Where we're going back to, huh? What are we doing? Where are we going?
We're going back to the 8th of June 2007, which saw the release of Forza Motorsport 2 on the Xbox 360.
Ooh.
Now, I had this game. I know that you had this game. We played it online a little as well.
I had this game. I did.
And it was a cool game.
It was a good game, buddy. I enjoyed it. It felt a bit slow in the slow cars, but when you amped it up a bit, you know, that's when it really kicked in. It was a lot of fun. But the main thing I remember about this game is the custom skins, buddy. Fucking, they were just so impressive. Like, what was it, like 1,000 layers of whatever you want, and you know, the first time I seen these, like, you're thinking, like, oh, they've just got a picture and slapped it on there. No. These people have spent hours, or I don't know how many hours. God, they were just ridiculous. Like using these different, like, they were like a brush tip, like, or some sort of thing. I don't know, like, with the fading of colours and the characters and stuff that they'd done. It was just amazing.
There was some
Seriously.
Incredible designs that you could get a hold of.
Never seen anything like it.
And also, it gave you the perfect tool set to draw a giant cock on your car as well.
Ah, it's beautiful. I mean, that is what you want.
This was a great game. It felt it felt like a new GT almost, in that it had the whole upgrade stuff that you could do. It had a really good career, and you know me with my racing games. I got hugely stuck into this, and I was collecting all the cars. I had masses of cars in my garage, and I remember us playing a fair bit of this online as well, and just doing like time attacks and stuff against each other. It was really fun, and yeah, it was kind of at the stage still where they were kind of, Turn 10 were kind of still finding their feet to a degree. And it wasn't a looker, I don't think. And no. Forza's never convinced me, to be honest, in terms of its graphics. But once you got up to sort of Forza 4 and onwards, they started adding that sort of prettiness along with the workmanlike detail that they had before. But there was just something about it that was quite endearing. The handling model, the way that you had to, it was really harsh on like braking and turning and stuff. You had to really master it. But there were some cool tracks and a wealth of cars, and we were still playing Gotham at this point, and it was quite a nice antidote to that. It was almost a sim. I know it wasn't really
definitely more sim racing, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turn 10 studios always do that now, really, don't they?
Did you play much of the career on your own on this, or were you mainly playing it online?
I think I just played it online, to be honest. I don't remember playing much of the career in Forza. They never were my favourite racing game, to be honest, Forza.
You don't really miss it having moved over to the PlayStation?
No, not at all. I don't know. Sim racing's always been a funny one for me because, like I said, like when you're in those slow cars, you just feel like you're dragging your heels, and that's not what I want. I need speed. I need speed, buddy.
You almost feel like you could just jump in your own car and take it for a scud around the block, and you'd have more fun.
Yeah, And yeah, totally. I could go 30 mile an hour and be like, yeah, this is the same as playing Forza. But yeah, like this isn't taking like I enjoyed the multiplayer on this game, and that was really cool. But the main thing was those skins, like the car skins. I just fucking never seen anything like it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like that was special. This reminded me of because it was still early doors on the whole Forza thing. They hadn't really exploded. It was kind of Forza 3, I think, that really they took off and became like a bit of a superpower. But it reminded me of Sega GT, which was a Dreamcast attempt at Gran Turismo, basically. And it was kind of like how I kind of imagined Gran Turismo to be, but kind of with a new sort of next gen kind of sheen on there. But yeah, it was a strange one, as I said. Like it had everything that you wanted, but it didn't quite have that spark, that magic, especially when you compared it to something like Gotham. And granted, the two games weren't really competing with one another, but yeah, I don't know. Having said that, I still, as you say, like you don't really play like solo racing games and stuff. I do actually miss the Forza series, having moved over to PlayStation. I miss the customization and the career progression that those games had, which is why I was looking forward to Gran Turismo. It doesn't really look like it's going to be the game I want it to be, Gran Turismo Sport,
no,
at least.
Unfortunately not, which is a shame.
But it's been a while since games have kind of... There's nothing on the PlayStation that does that sort of upgrading and tweaking and stuff that you could do on the Forza games. So I've kind of missed that. And this was probably the one that introduced me to that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons I liked it. The fact that we hadn't been playing online that much for that long at this point when this came out. So that was a reason to be cheerful. And yeah, cool game, buddy. Cool game.
Gibbons, buddy.
So there you go, that's the 8th of June 2007, which saw the release of Forza Motorsport 2 on the Xbox 360.
In the EU.
In the EU. And now it's time for the JfG quiz. JfG quiz.
Love that shit. So what you got for me this week, buddy? What did I do for you last week? I can't remember.
You did the Ubisoft quiz for me last week, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
With the old Guillemot brothers.
Yeah, 5 of them, buddy.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was cool.
What you got for me then, buddy?
I suppose I've got something in a similar vein. You did a company, I'm doing a company. But I thought of them because we've done a lot of... It's not EA. It's Overwatch has rarely been far from my mind this week, coupled with the fact I've been playing Hearthstone, buddy.
Oh.
And so,
I had a lovely conversation with a Blizzard tech guru as well.
Oh, yeah?
He told me some jokes. Yeah. I couldn't get into I got into my account on Hearthstone. But then it was like, hey, what's your secret question answer? I'm like, I have no idea. So obviously had a little chat with him. It was a ledge. I said, I'll mention you on the podcast this week. So have a listen. You probably won't. But hey, there you go. I've done it. I held my end of the bargain, buddy.
Nice. And he got you into your account. So everyone's a winner.
Win-win, buddy. And I could play Hearthstone. So some sort of Blizzard quiz, buddy.
It's the Blizz quiz, buddy. Here we are.
It's the Blizz quiz. Nice, like it.
The mighty Blizz quiz.
Come on then.
Here we go.
I'm going to fail miserably.
It's good trivia all the same, buddy. So even if you don't get it, I think you're going to feel informed and revitalized with Blizzard knowledge.
Okay.
Number 1. When first founded, Blizzard went by the name Silicon and Synapse, which is terrible.
Great name.
They released their first title on the SNES in 1991, but what genre was it? Is it A, a platformer, B, a racing game, or C, a fighting game?
What was the name of the game?
What?
What was the name of the game that they released?
I didn't tell you.
What? Why don't you tell me?
Because it'll give it away.
I don't know.
Do you want me to read the question again?
Well, it's like, what did they make on the NES or whatever? The SNES.
Fucking hell. Should I go again?
No. I'm going to go for C.
Okay. You've gone for C, fighting game. I'm afraid it was a racing game, buddy.
What? Why would they make a racing game?
It was their first ever game. It was called RPM Racing. Obviously,
see, I would have got that if you told me.
You certainly would have. And fun fact, buddy, it was the first ever game developed for the SNES in the USA.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice fact.
No worries, buddy. It's got that sort of super off-road type thing going on there. It's cool. It's worth a look on YouTube.
Nice.
RPM Racing. Question 2. At its absolute peak in 2010, how many subscribers did WoW have?
Oh, God.
Is it A, 12 million, B, 18 million, or C, 25 million? It's a horrible question, and I apologise.
I want to say 12.
You're going A12.
Yeah, I don't trust you. That's why.
And you were fucking right not to, buddy. It was 12.
Yes.
12 million. It held there for 2010 and 2011.
That's insane.
Last time they published figures, which was, I think, mid-2015, it was sitting at 5.5 million still.
It's still not bad, is it?
It's still not bad.
Years later.
I mean, if you launched an MMO these days and had 5 million subs, you'd be happy. So,
yes.
What a phenomenon. Question 3. Blizzard began hosting their own games conference, BlizzCon, in 2005.
Yeah.
But what happened during a dance contest at BlizzCon 2010? Is it A, a streaker mooned the room? B, a cosplayer broke a leg? Or C, a guy got stabbed with a replica Frostmourne?
I'm going to go for C, because that sounds the best.
It's gone for C, a guy got stabbed with a replica Frostmourne. I'm afraid it was B, buddy. A cosplayer broke a leg.
I'm also happy about that.
They literally broke a leg on stage. They were dancing live on stage at BlizzCon. And there's video footage of this. You can watch this on YouTube.
I don't want to see someone break their leg.
It's not one of those horrible, like, ugh.
Okay.
But it's quite funny. He's literally dancing like an absolute nut bar. And and then you just see his leg give way, and he's like, and then you see the bruise form on his knee, and then he's just sitting on the stage, and he's like, no. And fair play to the geezer who was hosting. He called it as a broken leg and was like, oh, we've got a broken leg here.
Nice.
Proper weird, but very funny. Not for that guy. Although he's fine now. I looked it up.
I'm sure, and he's an internet sensation now.
Sure is, buddy. Question 4. Blizzard launched our favourite ever real-time strategy game, Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos, in the July of which year?
I'm sure I said this a while ago.
Is it A, 2002, B, 2003, or C, 2004?
I think it's 2002.
You going for A, 2002?
I would be...
You would be right.
Oh. I would be right. I was going to say I would be 17. So yes.
No, spot on, buddy. Spot on.
Nice.
So this is for 3 out of 5, buddy, which ain't bad at all. This is question 5. Question is, Overwatch rose from the ashes of a now cancelled MMO which Blizzard had spent almost 7 years working on and uses many of the maps and assets from that project. But what was that game going to be called? Is it A, Alpha, B, Tracer, or C, Titan?
I want to say A.
You're going with A, Alpha.
I don't think it is, though, because I've had quite a few A's in this quiz. And surely that would be silly if it was Alpha again. I mean, Tracer, she's in the game. So maybe that. Titan, I can't see any reference to it, but then there might not have to be a reference, buddy. Yeah, I'm going to go with A again. Alpha. Why not?
Going for A, Alpha. I'm afraid it was Titan, buddy. It was C, Titan.
Yeah. I thought it might have been. Oh, well.
Tricky one.
Definitely, buddy.
So there you go. You finished up with 2 out of 5. It was a hard quiz, though. I think that's fair play. And actually, the 2 that you got right were the figures ones, which I think are always the hardest. So
yeah. I always like the funny ones.
Yeah.
Just because I go for the stupidest thing and hope for the best. Good Blizz quiz, buddy. Enjoyable and noteworthy.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, it wasn't the funniest. It was informative, though. And what a business. They've released some amazing stuff. And
they still support them.
They still support them. And that's a lesson there. That's a big lesson. Is support your fucking community and they will walk through walls for you. That's the way it works.
Yes, they really will. It's awesome. The fact that, what was it, in my first news favourite thing of the week, or I think one of the first ones, was the fact that Warcraft 3 got an update.
Yeah, mental. Exactly.
Absolutely insane.
Well, good.
So good. What a company.
And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with funk. Fuckwit Corner with funk. He's got some questions. Funk.
So you got some questions, buddy.
He's got a good one. You're going to like this.
Oh, brilliant.
Funk says, it's been widely reported that Blizzard are trying to stem the flow of Overwatch porn.
Known fact.
But if you had to make and star in a porno from a game, what game would it be? He also says, God. I'm ruling out Tomb Raider and the Japanese booby bouncing fighting games.
Oh,
too easy. He also says, I would do Pac-Man porn, eating balls, hee hee.
Nice. Well, I definitely wouldn't do like a sports game because it's mainly men.
Well, they've got the women's football teams in FIFA now, buddy.
They do now, buddy, but I mean, previous days. Days gone past. I literally have no idea whatsoever. I mean, would I want to do some sort of Skyrim world that I would call the Wondrous Lands of TT or whatever it was I called? Probably.
Maybe.
I'm back in, quoting myself back in the day. Yeah, a bit of fantasy role-playing. I'm a big fan. Wouldn't mind that, buddy. What do you think?
Well, I think you're on the right track there with the big open world stuff because you've got your kind of pick of the litter in terms of all the different characters that you can include in it.
True.
Like, you've got
You can get some right dirty stuff going there.
It's true, buddy. And as we all know with porn, you're going to want that lore in place, to draw from.
It's true.
For the authenticity of it. So, yeah, I think Skyrim's a great shout. Certainly the BioWare games are already a little bit raunchy, aren't they? Like Mass Effect and stuff, that kind of be a good shout.
Yeah, The Witcher.
Yes,
with its,
exactly.
Unicorn scene.
Half the work's done for you there.
It's true. Uncharted, maybe,
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. That could happen.
Good storyline to it. I always like a good storyline to my pornos. Don't know about you.
Yeah, very important, of course. Yep.
Bloodborne, maybe? Who knows?
I don't know. I don't know how that go.
Bit too much, S&M there for me, I think.
Perhaps. I think for me, maybe Guitar Hero Live would be good because
so you like watching live shows, buddy?
The girls on those fucking CG backdrops are fucking so annoying. Like, they're so annoying.
Fair dues.
Everyone in that game is incredibly annoying, so, it'd be a great addition to turn it into a porno, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be a nice change. Yeah, fair dues, buddy. I can appreciate that.
I think, to be honest, Skyrim, you're absolutely right. Like, straight out the gate, because of the number of characters and stuff, like, there's just so many options there that you'd be limiting yourself if you went into other games and stuff. And
true.
And also, it's a testament to Overwatch that I can't really think of any other games that have, like, that sort of wealth of characters that people might be interested in as well.
Yeah, by interested in, you mean whack off to.
Yeah, fap-worthy is what I'm talking about there.
Are we done with the porn chat?
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on, buddy.
I've had enough. I've filled my boots with jizz.
Semen. Yep.
Semen.
Well, thanks for that, Funk.
Cheers, buddy.
Every week, we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the jfgpodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JfG correspondence.
What's the word on the street, buddy? What's the happy haps?
We got one from JJ this week, buddy. He sent us an email through, and I will read it to you now. He says, "Hey, buddies. Doom and Overwatch have made me realise what kind of player I am. Push until I'm dead. Love the fact Doom makes you rip your health from your enemies to keep going. For the first few rounds of Battlefield or Overwatch, I'll try and help the team in the ways it's lacking, but a few drinks in and I revert to red dot on map, go kill it."
Nice.
Really try to push objective, but sometimes shark eyes get the best of me. Just wondering if you cater to the team or just play your game and hope people adjust to you. It's a good question. Like, how do you so many games now, like even COD, which is like mindless run and gun, it's always team deathmatch that you're playing. So everything's a team shooter now. And
team based, yes, it definitely is. And I'm very much in the camp of help the team out, buddy. As I said earlier, I ended up going as a healer because no other shitbag would. And if we didn't have that, we were going to lose. So I thought I'd do the right thing, and go as the healer. But yeah, I'm always I prefer being part of a team because then I can't always take the blame for losing because I'm not that good. But yeah, I mean I like the communication aspect of it as well, and just when something you do together, that's right, as a team. It really pays off, and it's awesome. I mean, but yes, I do get his thing of like, oh, there's someone there, run at him and shoot him, and then you forget that, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that because now we're very much exposed, and because of my actions, everyone probably will die.
It can happen.
That will happen, and will continue to happen, as he says as well, especially after a few beers. Yes.
The beers is the key there, definitely. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, what about you, buddy? Are you a team player or are you a lone gunner and hopefully everyone fits in with you?
I think it depends on the game. I don't think I ever really expect people to fit in with me. We're kind of well trained to a degree in that we played years of Rainbow Six Vegas and we worked as a team. We really worked as a team. An impenetrable fucking up yours team that just destroyed everyone and made them not want to play the game anymore. And we were proud of that record. But moving forward now, it depends on the game. In Overwatch, for example, that is a team game. I see it as first and foremost a team game. So I'm all about the team. I will try and help the team in any way I can, and I won't be reckless and I won't disappear off on my own. But I find that the bigger the map and the more people in it, the less I give a fuck about the objectives and stuff. Like, Battlefront's a perfect example. Star Wars Battlefront. I couldn't give a shit about the objectives in that game. I'm too much of a cog in the machine for me to feel like I'd be letting anyone down by going AWOL, so I just fuck off and do my own thing, to be honest.
On Battlefront, you're only in a team of 2, so it's fucking shit.
Yeah, which sucks. And in Battlefield, I'm still like a bit of a noob. So I suppose I haven't had the chance to work out like exactly my playing style there. But I think the way I play them, it might have a little bit to do with the speed and like Twitch shooters and stuff. Like, I wouldn't dream of working as a team on COD. Like, I wouldn't be trying to kind of coordinate. But I totally would on Rainbow. So I think it comes down to how you feel like it's supposed to be played as to the way that you play it to an extent. But
yeah, because if you look at like Doom multiplayer, like, if I see you, I'm like, "Hey, buddy," and then we just run in opposite directions. Because that's how that game is played. Even though it's like team based, it's like we don't really. I mean, we might stick together for a bit, but as soon as like one of us dies and respawns, it's like, well, I don't know where he is, so I'm just gonna fuck off and do my own thing.
Yeah, totally. And I think if everyone had that game and we were like a 5 or a 6 going around, then we probably would employ some team tactics and stuff. But when it's the 2 of us and then 5 numpties, there's, it's too much bother trying to even get together. So yeah, it comes down to the specific games. But for Overwatch feels like a team game. And so I try really hard to play it as one. So yeah, for me, it comes down to individual circumstances, I guess.
Gibbons, buddy. I think you're spot on there.
JJ also tweeted us this week and said, Alex, to borrow a phrase from the 90s, fucking rad, #Doom. He's spot on. I think he wanted everything in his life to disappear this week so that he could just shoot shit. And I felt kind of the same. I got that tweet while I was at work, and I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake, I wish I could play Doom right now. So,
that will happen.
On the same page on that one. Have to get on some multiplayer with that as well.
Yeah, I think so. We just need to start getting involved, because like a lot of people have got these games now because they are just so good, and we just need to start playing them together. I will keep putting parties that are available to the community, so whenever you're online, check the community. You might be able to jump in with me and Alex when we're playing, and or if I'll schedule an event for a certain day, and just keep checking there, keep putting some pictures and everything in there. Just let's keep talking, buddies.
Yeah, totally. And I think as a general rule, if we've made a party that's joinable, then we want you to join us. Like, don't feel like you can't. I know it's a little bit weird sometimes when you're, going into a party with people and talking to them for the first time. If we've made that party open to you, then it's because we want you to come in and play with us. So do. And we're always looking for more people to play with, especially in the week when we haven't got we haven't got Funk and PJ necessarily on all the time, and we're looking for friends to play Doom and Overwatch and stuff with. So yeah, get stuck in, buddies. We'll be kicking about.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So normally this is the point in the show, buddy, where I'd start to say goodbye, I think. But we're going to head into the old big Decal giveaway, are we not?
I believe so, buddy. So I've been busy today making some customizable decals for it's going to be a PS4 controller because that's what I've made for me and you. And we'll put the picture up on Twitter. I did do it earlier, but I misspelled a lot of the words, so I deleted that tweet, which is standard for me. So yeah, I'll get Alex to tweet that out at some point when he can be asked.
A fucking glorious picture, buddy.
Mate, I've put a lot of effort into this thing, you know. It's impressive. It's signed off Gibbons B at the bottom there on the right.
It's lovely.
Like that, in like some font. Obviously, whoever wins it, we will put your name on it on the left hand side where you can see JfG Alex. And yeah, it's just done in the JfG podcast colours and fonts and all that jazz. And yeah, it's a nice thing. And even if you're in the States or wherever, we'll get it shipped over to you. We'll find a way. Probably post, I reckon, and maybe carrier pigeon. I don't know. We could try it.
We can work it out, buddy. Like the Beatles once sang. So
it's true.
It's a beautiful thing, actually. Like, it's a lovely, lovely design. You've done a great job. I really mean that. It looks wonderful. And can't wait to get that shit on my troll, buddy.
Yeah, we'll get them on there. I'll order them maybe tomorrow or something. And get them one sent to you, one sent to me. It'd be sweet.
Beautiful indeed.
So we need to tell people how they can win it, buddy.
Okay, well, obviously we wouldn't be the JfG podcast if the way that you could win our prize wasn't entirely self-serving to us. And with that in mind, let me tell you,
my dog.
if you do a iTunes review of us, get on iTunes, go onto the JfG podcast, and write a review of any kind, even if it's just one word and a 5-star. That'll do us, buddies. It helps us go up the ranks. It helps us get new listeners, more people. And remember, the people that you're drawing in, they won't be competing with you. They won't have listened to this. It'll be fine.
No.
And
they're a bunch of twats.
Bunch of fucking twats. And we love you more than them, and we always will.
They're not cool.
But we could do with some reviews, and this seems like a good way to get them, buddies. So anyone who has already given us an iTunes review, you are automatically in with a chance of winning this particular decal. And after the end of next week's show, we will put all the names into a hat. And by a hat, I mean some sort of digital website that will blatantly be able to pick a name out for me when I put them all into it. And you will win. So yeah, if you want to win that,
don't forget, if you want more chances of winning, create bogus accounts.
There you go,
and make more iTunes reviews for us there. You know, just if you really want it, that's all you got to do. You know, more chances of winning.
You know, a couple of hours of your day, and before you know it, we've had 100 reviews, and you got yourself a decal, my friend. So there you go. Yeah,
don't just go on Twitter and, you know, download the JPEG and just make your own. That's not fun.
At least not until after the competition. So there you go. Any reviews that you write as well, worth noting, we will obviously read out on the podcast. So you'll automatically be getting featured on the podcast as well as an invite into the competition. And that seems fair game all round to me, buddy, does it not?
Gibbons, buddy, and just after saying that, I think I'm going to put a bigger watermark on there saying suck a dick.
That's perfect. That's a great idea.
And then they can't take that shit then.
I like the idea that someone would just submit that and print that out with it on there. It's on their touchpad. Just a big suck a dick
suck
site.
A dick. It's probably a good shout. But yeah, let's do it together, buddies. Let's win.
Let's get stuck in.
Help me help you.
Help me. So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 62 of the podcast. things have run very smoothly this evening. I've struggled to concentrate to an extent because there are so many good games to play. How have you found things?
I'm in a better mood now than when we started, I must say.
Me too, man. Me too.
I didn't stumble that much this week. I mean, the past few weeks I've been pretty diabolical. There we go. I've done it there. Diabolical. That's not a word either.
It is now.
Well, yeah, it is now with my pronunciation of words and the like. But hey, I'm not a professional. Don't expect anything more than what you get.
Well, yeah, I kind of feel the same, to be honest. Since I got back off of my holiday, I've been kind of hit for six to an extent, and yeah, it all feels a bit weird recording. I think it was that Tuesday that did it, to be honest. It was...
I tell you, mate, you fucked me over there.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm not happy about it.
It was bad.
Cool.
It was bad. Yeah.
Terrible.
This has been a good one, though.
Hearthstone, buddy? Hearthstone? You play some Hearthstone?
Yeah, I'll do that with you, buddy. I'm up for some Hearthstone. That sounds great.
Cool, buddy.
I've
wrap this shit
I've
up.
removed that fucking pirate from my deck. So
oh no, he was the best.
He didn't do anything.
He was ace. He did shit all. He was in the way.
He sure was. Well, we'll get on that then. Yes, cool. And I can't wait to read everyone's iTunes reviews of us, buddy.
I'm hoping they're going to be amazing.
I'm hoping
Colourful.
they're all going to be really like abusive.
I don't want abuse. I mean, but then again, that is the internet. Buddy.
Still put the 5 stars, but yeah.
5 stars, but these guys are massive cunts.
Absolute.
That's why I love them.
Fucking cockends. Can't believe it.
I like it. Sounds beautiful.
And on that note, thank you very much for listening, buddies. You can find us at www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook /the JfG podcast. Our Twitter is @the JfG podcast. You can also find us on YouTube by searching for the JfG podcast. We're on SoundCloud /JustForGamers. We're on, where else are we? Stitcher. You can find us on
Facebook,
Twitter. The JfG community is on your PS4. If you go to communities and search for the JfG podcast, come and join us, buddies. There's some great photos in there. I posted a particular gem from Uncharted last night.
Oh, that was a good one.
It was a good one.
He does like to watch.
And that was my missus playing that. She just shot him in the face and he just went, oof. Just down like that. Special stuff.
Like it.
And we're also on Google+, if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies, and thank you all for your continual support. I have been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Catch you next time. Goodbye. You've been listening to the JfG podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook /the JfG podcast, or Twitter, where we are @the JfG podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.